what's up? Harley with Rocket 100.5 here with Danny Case from Ashes to New. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. It's Friday, so we're at the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got a lot going on, right?
Yeah. It's been a busy week. It's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, I saw that you just posted that Drag Me went to #1.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
finally got to open my plaque,
Yay.
which was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome because I know, we definitely played a hand in that because we played the heck out
Thank
of that
you. Thank
song.
you.
We're currently playing Die For You, I would say, every couple of hours. So
Wow.
I think that probably totals out to 4 to 5 times a day, every single day. So it's a
Wow.
great song, great
That's awesome.
reception from our
Yeah,
listeners.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, it's I think it just broke top 10. So we're
yeah,
pretty confident that song will go #1 as well, which is pretty cool to be able to say.
yeah. So you got some fun stuff coming up because this is interesting because I saw From Ashes to New before you joined, and I
Mhm.
haven't seen y'all since you joined. So I'm
Okay.
hoping to be able to make it out to the Lunatic Ball.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, it should be a
Yeah,
good show too. So that would be a good one to make.
absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is a husband's birthday weekend, so we will be in Florida.
Great. Great.
So let's get into this really quick. So I
Sure.
know everybody's talking about what happened with the I don't know that I can even call him a gentleman in the crowd because that's the whole situation is messed up because like I'm in a band, I deal with my husband's bands all the time. I
Mhm.
deal with bands. There is no reason anybody should be doing that.
Yeah, there's really no good reason. Which is funny that there was any backlash in the first place, which, to to the people who had a problem with it, it's their fault that the story got so big. So,
Yeah.
they
I
kind of screwed
mean,
themselves on that.
yeah, no, like, and I've noticed that with like, this era of social media, like everybody loves to talk behind a keyboard. I
Hmm.
get that, like, I post concert footage
Yeah.
and there's a whole lot of that, especially the recent one I went to is Motley Crue. You know, everybody loves to talk smack about whoever it is, but I'm just like, are you happy with yourself? Like,
Yeah, it makes me think of there's this one creator. I have no idea what his name is, but he'll I think he does it sarcastically and ironically. But he'll post a video of like an athlete like failing at something like at the highest level, and then it'll go to him sitting on the couch and be like, "Ha, what a loser!" And then he
oh
just
my
starts stuffing his face with food. It's
God.
like that is like the epitome of the comment section on social media. Like, oh, what a loser!
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
oh my god, it's just so great. It's so funny.
Yeah, and I've been seeing your stories lately, so, like, you're actually starting to call people out now from what I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
they're I'm not sure which one specifically you're referencing, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's all fun and games to me, as long as like people don't go threatening our fans. Like you can direct all the hate you want at me. That's fine. Um, I'm used to it, and it's part of my job, I think. But as long as people don't go threatening other people who like for instance, the one woman who was there who recorded one of the videos was like giving her kind of testimony as to what happened, and she was getting death threats in
Yeah, I
in her
saw
inbox. It was like
that.
unacceptable.
Yeah, totally not cool.
Yeah.
So, take me through, like I know you had made a couple videos about it, but say for our listeners who
Sure.
maybe didn't see that, take me through, like, how this transpired.
Sure. Okay. So to start out, we're playing at Northwoods Rock Rally. A couple places got that wrong. I don't really know how they got that wrong. They thought that we were in Minnesota, or they thought it was the Springfield, Illinois State Fair, which it wasn't that either. We were in Glen, Flora, Wisconsin. I was an outdoor kind of like small festival, kind of
Oh, okay.
in the middle of nowhere, and it was under like a huge tent basically was the show. So it was Northwoods Rock Rally, and we're headlining, and the show starts. I come out to start singing the first part of the first song, and boom, I get hit in the face with water, and I was like, I'm focused on trying to perform. It's like it's kind of like when the camera's rolling, like you're trying to just keep things going, but at the same time in my head I was like, what the hell was that? At the same time, I thought, could have just been someone in the crowd who was amped up and it was like just like, you know, spinning a water bottle. Like
Oh yeah.
stuff like that
Oh,
happens,
yeah. They sell those like the squirt things to cool people off at festivals.
right. So I was like, that could have just been anything. Could have just been someone excited. I don't know if that's malicious intent. I'm not gonna assume that it is. So,
Right.
we're playing, we're going, whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, let me just like keep an eye on this area. Just in case. So then it happened, I don't know, a song or two later, it happened two more times. And I was like, all right, some asshole is clearly here just for his own entertainment to like irritate and antagonize us. So that was already really frustrating because like we're trying to perform. Now all I can think about is what's going on over here, which is frustrating because now I can't give the crowd my all. It's like I'm trying not to
The
stop the show,
distraction.
because we want to keep things rolling. We want it to go smoothly. And I also don't want this person to know that I'm actively looking for them in the crowd.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't really stop to think that that liquid also could have been anything at the time. We're just like, God, in hindsight, like that could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Um, so this goes on for like 7 songs. Like a guy was being very like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Spraying and then like putting his arm and like, and just, I don't know how, like no one else in the crowd wasn't being like, it's this guy right here. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't know. People are just trying to enjoy the show. It's not really their job, to point
Right.
anyone out or anything like that. So it took 7 songs to finally spot when he
Oh,
shot Matt with it. And then I locked eyes with him and I pointed at him and I was like, cut it out. I was like,
yeah.
stop it. Um, he did it a couple more times during that song after that. So, which was basically like an FU. Uh,
Yeah.
so it was at that I was like, as soon as this song ends, I'm going to lose it on this guy. Because it's like this, like
Damn.
what an absolute jerk.
Yeah.
What an absolute
Yeah.
piece of crap. Because it's like, for one, that's battery. All right. You
Yeah.
can't touch someone who does not want to be touched in any way, shape, or form with anything, even if it's just water. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I freaked out on the guy after that. And people were saying that like, oh, you took it too far or whatever. It's like, well, for one, when I said I will end you, I only meant that as a figure of speech. That was not a threat to his life. It's no different than saying like I will destroy you. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Because like you could say I will end you means I will get you fired from your job. I will ruin
Mhm.
you in public. Like
Yeah.
it's just a figure of speech. So, my mistake for saying something that could be interpreted that way, but was not my intention.
Right.
And not only that, like, you were allowed to state that you will defend yourself if someone keeps touching you and you don't want to be touched,
Yeah.
um, regardless of what that contact is. So, I looked into it like almost all the time. If it doesn't lead to actual, physical altercation, that gets thrown out. Like
Yeah.
the the physical threats. What wouldn't be thrown out is the fact that he kept spraying us, and then we told him to stop, and then he did it again. He would
Yeah.
absolutely catch a charge for battery. Which,
Oh,
if I want to, I have his name, I have his address, I have his phone numbers, I have his family member, I have all of his information.
oh wow.
I don't mess around. People don't realize that like if you know where to look and you know how to look, you can get that information. It's like at the end of the day, I don't want to ruin the guy's life. I don't want to put him through that kind of trouble. It's like I'd rather this just stay a piece online that was a bit of drama that some people had fun with and leave it at that. Because at the end of the day, nobody got hurt, nothing bad happened.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I kind of feel like that's the same thing with, I know a lot of musicians and, radio personalities even deal with like the stalker situation. Kind of same thing.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, I remember watching the video. I thought it was. I, I kind of giggled a little because I'm like, oh my gosh, he went off on this guy. That's awesome. I
Yeah.
would have done the same thing,
Yeah, and
honestly.
anyone who knows me knows that uh that is not who I am in any way, shape, or form. Like this is a 1 in 5 years occurrence. Like any of our fans that have met me, any of our crew that have worked for us, both past and present, all of my band members, all of my friends and family at home, they know that like if I'm reacting that way, that like it is no joke and it is
Yeah.
serious because I'm never that way.
Yeah. I think what got me is when Matt was like, oh, 9 p.m. Danny Case coming
Yeah,
out.
he
I
was he
never
was like,
seen this
what?
before.
So his reaction is an example of that. He's like, man, I have never seen him this mad on stage before, or in general.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you see all those videos of like, previous shows from like different artists who, like, when say a fan like rushes on stage, ooh, yeah, I want my like little 5 minutes of fame, whatever, be next to my favorite artist. But you never, I've never actually seen it come from the crowd, like
Yeah,
in that aspect of, you told him to stop and he still didn't.
right. And
So it's
very intentionally, like we locked eyes. I pointed at him and I went, "Stop."
man, wow. But on the upside, I do absolutely love what you're doing on socials with your fans,
Thank
especially
you.
when it comes to Die For You. Because I
Yeah,
did see that one video
yeah,
with that
yeah.
one girl on TikTok, and you offered her like what free lifetime meet and greets, and any show she wants to go to. That
Yep, she's a
really
guest
does a lot.
listed to our shows for life. So,
That's
that
awesome.
was an instance of like, we post on social media. We know we're gonna have
Mhm.
heat come our way. We're cool with it. We engage with it because it just makes it bigger, which is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
But when people go after our fans, we are not okay with that. And
yeah.
that was a video we were trying to capture for a while, where we wanted someone in the crowd singing their hearts out to our song. So like when we finally captured that, it was like, this is great. Like this is such a special moment. Like, um, our photographer made sure to ask her like, hey, I got this video of you. Can we use it? And she was like super stoked about it.
Aw.
We didn't think anything else besides that, other than this is gonna be a cool post. And
Yeah.
then it blew up, and all these awful people were just saying all this awful stuff. And for a minute we were like, I don't know, I think we should take this down. But then like we stopped and sat with it, and we were like, if we do that, then they win. And so like
Exactly.
we reached out to her, we were like, hey, like we don't know if you've been looking or not. We don't know if you've been watching. There are a lot of mean comments, and like if you want us to take it down, like we'll take it down because you don't deserve this and you shouldn't have to deal with it. And she was like, I don't care. I don't care about those people or what they have to say. She's like, I love that I'm in that video. I'm like, all right, then we're going to war for you. So
That's
so
amazing.
we went in the comment section and just tore up anyone who felt like they could crawl out of a hole and talk down about somebody. So, and we tried to kick them down back into that hole that they came out of. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it just got so crazy. And the only thing that we cared about was honestly just, defending her and not letting the hate win in the end. So,
Absolutely.
after a while, all the bad comments were flooding in and all that stuff, but then that slowly stopped, and then it was just an absolute tsunami of supportive comments. And that was another reason why we didn't turn off the comments. People were like, they're just doing this performatively, they're just trying to get engagement. It's like, well, yeah, initially, but then it got serious. You know what I mean? So then it was like, we're not going to let them win. If we take down the video, they win. If we turn off the comments, they win. And not only that, she can't get support from all these other people who are going to come in and show her love. So at the end of the day, I believe that we won, and that she won in the end, because she was such a trooper. She's not a professional. She doesn't have to deal with this stuff, and she
Right.
she
Yeah.
handled it so great. And so we were like, you know what? Like we're gonna go above and beyond. Like to spite all these people, like you're guest listed to all of our shows for life because you've just been so incredible through all of this.
That's so awesome. And honestly, I feel like there need to be more people like you guys because even on a, I guess, somewhat like smaller level, I see this happen so
Mhm.
much. Like where, some fans of, X band will be like, oh yeah, they're my band, whatever, like gatekeeping a little bit. And like, I mean, I don't want to bring it up too much, but like, yeah, I see it with my husband's band all the time. Like
Yeah.
all these different women are like battling against each other, trying to get the attention of the band. I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
at the end of the day, like we are all there because of the music. Like
Yeah.
that's what it boils down to. And if you have, guys like you guys willing to stick up for the fans, we've had to do it before. Some guy in another band was calling our fans lot lizards and all this crap over like a local little award. I'm like, you realize how dumb that looks, right? But no, we
Yeah.
we, we went to war for
Good.
those
Good.
fans as anybody should.
Yeah.
So
Some
I
people just have,
love
they just like don't have anything better to do, and they're
exactly.
clearly not like happy with their own lives. It's like, people will ask us like, why do you like, don't let them tear you down. Don't let the, like, don't, like, they don't bother us. Like we are just actively turning the mirror back on them. It's like,
Yep.
you want to come out and say all this horrible, negative, awful stuff. It's like, then I'm going to find every detail I can about you, and try
Mhm.
to use it against you. So like,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like, we're trying to discourage people from trying to
Mhm.
behave that way, because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's like, people are just trying to live their lives, and then you've got some d-bag coming along, and it always is some freaking douche that is just like
Yeah.
got something to say.
Mhm.
They're all the same. Every single
They
one of
are.
them is the same. And yeah, so we always go to battle with those guys. But for us, it's just about defending the fans if
Mhm.
it's directed at any of our fans, and then if it's directed at us, it's just about like, you know, giving them a taste of their own medicine and just keeping the engagement going.
Absolutely. It kind of reminds me a lot of a particular musician who likes to do that on socials.
Yeah, it's funny. People
It's
have
like,
people have brought him up a couple times, and
yeah,
that's how you've got like a serious cultural like influence, is that when going off on someone is called Ronnie Radkeying someone. It's
I,
like, the dude has just made such such a persona, and had such an influence on the music world, that
I know.
you can do something in his name, essentially, which is
I
funny.
know. But I think what people neglect to realize in that situation is like he also backs up some of his fans too.
Yes,
But
yeah.
they don't
He,
look
in a
at
lot of
that.
ways, does the same things in the
Hmm.
same style that we do. Like, people think that he's like mean or a bully or anything like that. I've never really seen him go after someone unwarranted. He has done something like I get the whole motionless thing, where he was like accusing them of copying him, and was like, making fun of Chris, but they I guess like made up.
Yeah.
They
I
they
heard
squashed the
him
beef.
when he was streaming on Whatnot, somebody was said something and he's like, no, don't talk about Chris that way.
Yeah. And so like 99% of the time, I only ever see him go after people who've got to run their mouths for some reason. So
Exactly.
he's way better at it. He sounds like he worked in a restaurant for like 20 years, because like,
Right.
I remember when I used to work in a restaurant, like, I was much quicker and I was much more vile about the things that I'd say in response to people. And it's like, obviously I'm 10 years removed from it. And so I've lost my touch. I've lost my stuff.
Right.
He is like, he is absolutely a master in like restaurant, like BSing, like just going at people
Absolutely.
and just like, yeah, it's impressive. I love watching it.
Yeah. Actually, talking about that, I think when I first heard about like that whole situation this week, was on Rockfeed's post.
Yeah.
And just like Ronnie in the comments should have thrown a mic stand. I'm like, oh,
That gave me a good laugh. That
that
was
was
good.
that was funny for sure. But no, like, and you also recently dropped a new version of Die for You too.
We
Featuring
did. Yeah, it's a feature. It's duo
Mhm.
named Naoni.
Okay.
Um I think they're more in like kind of the alt world, and we were like, we always kind of want to do features on certain songs, and unfortunately, like, I think it takes time to just figure it out. it would be cool in the future if we just have the time to like have that set up beforehand. You know what I mean? Because like what we did with Barely Breathing and with Chrissy, like it was really really great. I wish that it started,
Yeah.
with her on the song because
Oh, man.
it's just a really fitting mold. I think having a kind of relationshipy song and then having a female voice on it.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
it also, I think, gives women the ability to connect with it more because then it feels more of a first person take. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they did a great job. It's a really a cool rendition. I like what they did with their verse, and I'm excited to see how well that one performs.
Yeah, definitely. So as far as touring, I see you guys are going to Australia.
Yes, we've got Louder Than Life mid September, and then we're playing
Mhm.
the Kansas State Fair like a day or two after, and then
Yeah,
we
I
go.
saw
Yeah, we go home for a little while and then we play Aftershock and then we play
that.
Mexico and then we fly over to Australia. And then when we get back, we have like 6 days off and then we play Lunatic Ball. So it's like
Oh
there's a
man,
lot of travel all over the place.
but
Um,
that's
so,
cool though.
but it'll be good. Yeah.
Hmm. So do you have plans for touring next year? Maybe coming back to Florida?
Yeah. So we don't have anything announced yet, but the idea is to do a headlining tour in the springtime, which is pretty much set. We've got the lineup. I think we've got the majority of the dates ready to go. We just haven't announced it yet. We're waiting for something very specific, and we're going to release something really cool along with the tour announcement. So that'll be in the spring, and then I think the idea in the summer is to play some European festivals and some European shows.
Ooh,
So
that'll be fun.
yeah,
Yeah, overseas is always fun. I used to live in England, so
I love it. I
oh,
just
man.
wish, for the love of God, that they would just adopt some air conditioning and maybe turn their fridges down a little bit, for God's sake.
Yeah, I do understand that because I lived there for 7 years. Like, you have like the radiators
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
the heater essentially, but there's no central AC. Like you have fans and that's about it. I don't know
yeah.
if anything's changed. Like I came back over here, I guess it was in like 2002,
Mhm.
2001.
I
And
think it's essentially still the same.
wow.
Everywhere I went, there was basically no AC, and
Oh
I am
man.
a guy who like I don't have any vices like I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything like that.
Right.
But I need a ice cold like drink of some kind, something carbonated, and you just can't get it over there. Like their fridges are like
That is
45
true.
degrees and they don't have ice anywhere. I'm like, by the time I got home, I was like, the greatest thing in the world to pop open a cold like drink. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I miss this so much.
Oh man. If you don't mind me asking, what's your beverage of choice?
I have an entire fridge full of Monster right here. So
Ah, there
yeah,
we go.
it's right next to the workstation. It was courtesy of Monster, which is like I love
Nice.
those guys. I love that
Yeah.
company. I have a whole stack of drinks that don't fit in the fridge too. Like, um, yeah, they're absolutely my vice.
That's awesome. So I love how Monster is actually, they'll be sponsoring different bands and whatnot. I was
Yeah,
actually talking to their reps last week. They gave me like a big old sticker to put on the side of my car. So I'm like,
cool.
I love Monster. They're awesome.
They're great, and I just feel like they've done so well with their brand. Like, back in the day, like they had the free monster trucks at Warped Tour. That was the
Oh my
highlight of my day. My
God.
my old local band used to follow the tour and sell CDs in the lines, and
Hey.
and we would try to sneak into Warped Tour whenever we could, just to get a monster, just to get a free monster. That was it. We weren't trying to weasel our way into anywhere or like talk to
Right.
anyone. We're like, I just want to go in and like get a drink and like hang out for a minute.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude, I remember spending so much time on that monster truck. What
it was
was
the
it?
best. They had like the cold
2015.
fans with the mist and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
think it was
incredible.
during like All That Remains was playing, I think in 2015, I believe. And I was just like posted up in there, had
That
my
was one of the
I'm
that was
like,
one of the years that I was there too.
oh
I
nice.
I remember St. Petersburg, Florida was one of the dates that I was at, and I just remember like everything seemed fine. Like we're selling CDs online. All of a sudden, like this apocalyptic cloud of black death comes over like the buildings. I was like,
Oh
the
no.
sky opened up. Like it was so bad. I was like, I only had jeans and like a speaker on. I didn't have a shirt or anything because it was so hot. So I had to
Yeah.
like take my phone and hold it between two CDs and like point it at the rain to keep
Oh,
my phone from getting wet. I was so wet by the time I got back to our van. It was like I had jumped in a pool, and our van like exhaust was underwater. We had to move. Uh it was insanity. I've never experienced weather like that. And then 10 minutes later, the streets drained and everything dried out, and it was like it
oh
never
yeah.
has. And
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this place?
Yeah, it's like an everyday thing. Like I lived most of my life in Texas, so that
Yeah.
particular Warp Tour I was out in Houston, but
Mhm.
yeah, no, like ever since moving here last year, I'm like rain every day. This is good because it takes away the heat, at least for that time. But
Yeah.
yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah. Florida's a crazy, crazy place. Hopefully we will be, I don't know what our dates are, and I couldn't tell you anyways, but
I know. I
hopefully we'll be down there for our spring tour.
That would be good. I mean, if y'all ever do like some smaller towns, y'all should come through Gainesville. Come swing by the station. We'd love to have you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking the time out of your day
Of
to
course.
chit chat with us at Rocket 100.5.